Alright, hello lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under, where today we are going through my Celtic Christmas wish list. Before we get into the video though, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps support and grow the channel vastly, and it would be much appreciated from me if you do. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, welcome to my Celtic Christmas wish list. And no, this is not going to be what I want off the Celtic store for Christmas. That is saved for my parents. What this is going to be is what I want from Celtic during this period, and what I want to see happen. Now, there will be transfers. Players wanted to be brought into the club, and I know that we can't bring any players until January, but in the theme of Christmas, I thought might as well do it now. And before we go any further at all, how bloody good is this Celtic Santa Claus hat? I don't know how long we've had this for or where it came from, but it's bloody incredible. It's a fresh hat. I don't know where we got it from, but I just found it lying around, and I think we should keep it for the whole month of December. What do you guys think? But we move, and the first thing on my Celtic Christmas wish list is something that I think if the whole fan base had a wish list, they'd have on it as well. And regardless of whatever I was saying, it's Jota. It's Jota. We all want to see Jota at Celtic past this season. And all that's standing in the way of his permanent deal to Celtic is 6.5 million Great British pounds. And then also, a couple signatures here and there. And quite literally, that isn't even an over-exaggeration. That is all we need to be able to sign Jota past this season. Because from the comments we have heard from Jota, from Ange, and from various other squad members, it sounds like he's loving his time at Celtic, and it sounds like he wants to stay here as a footballer, because it's the first time in his career he's ever gotten consistent first-team football, and he's playing in a league where he can develop and hone in on his skills, because the last few years his development's taken a very big hit because of the lack of consistent game time. But Ange has always maintained the fact that if Jota was happy to stay at Celtic, they would get the deal done for him. And unless, Jota is Leonardo DiCaprio or of an actor of that caliber, I can't see how he could be pretending to be looking that happy in a Celtic jersey. And, the stats don't lie either about why Celtic should keep him. 5 goals in his last 5 matches for the green and white. And that one of the biggest questions before his arrival was, does he have an end product? Is he able to score goals? He can certainly create them, but can he score them? And I think it's clear that, yes, he can. Stats say it all. Now, the second thing, second and third, we're going to, put these two things together because they're kind of combined, kind of linked. It is Days and Maida and Rio Hatate, 2 stars of the J-League, and both players have been linked with Celtic numerous times and over the past few weeks, and both players are full of an abundance of talent. Now, the deal for Rio Hatate, that's said to be a fast-track deal, and that is literally going to be completed in the next week or two. And if you want to go see the details of that, you can check out the video right here. Magic of editing, yet again. And apparently for Days and Maida, if Celtic were wanting to sign him in the January transfer window, a price tag has been put on him of £3 million to acquire his services. And if you ask me, that is an absolute bargain, a steal, if you will. And if Celtic could get both of these deals done, that would be absolutely sick. If I woke up on Christmas morning, opened up my phone and saw Days and Maida and Rio Hatate signed for Celtic, it would be incredible. Obviously, I wouldn't see that on Christmas Day. I'd probably see it on the 1st of January. But you guys get what I'm saying. And literally, both of these players are on the wish list because not only are they gun footballers, but I reckon, I strongly believe they would seamlessly gel into the Ange Postecoglou style of football, especially Days and Maida, because as I'm sure most of us are aware at this point, Maeda played for Yokohama F. Marinos while Ange was the coach there, so he knows what Ange expects of his team, and he knows how he's got to perform. And honestly, it would be pretty sick to see, Kyogo and Days and Maida in a lineup together. I think they're both incredible players, so that would be amazing if we could get that done. And look, I've talked about them in so much high regard in all the videos I've done on both of them, and if you aren't convinced at this point why Celtic should sign him, honestly, just go watch their highlights. It's there's enough highlights out there to be able to gauge how classy both these footballers are and how much they would improve the Celtic team. Moving into the fourth thing on the wish list, and yes, I am feeling very, very greedy this Christmas, and no, this isn't the last thing either. So, very, very greedy and very spoiled, but number four, is a new contract for Ange Postecoglou. Now, something that a lot of people have forgotten about, myself included, until literally it popped up into my head this morning, is that Ange Postecoglou is literally only on a 12-month rolling contract, and it's easy to forget this because of how well Celtic have been playing, and it's been the last thing on most people's minds. Because, you know, we kind of assume that, he's here to stay for the next few years, but that's not the case. He only has a contract till the end of this year, and it is a rolling contract, so it is up to the board whether they want to hire him again for next season or they want to let him go. But if Ange can, get results during this very, very tough month of December, close the gap to Rangers or even leapfrog Rangers, and then, get a win in the Glasgow Derby, I can see 100% during that winter break a contract extension for Ange. I think I can, it doesn't seem impossible. It seems actually very likely if everything goes Ange's way and Celtic's way for the next month or so. I can certainly see him getting a new contract, and honestly, what a better time to do it than in the Christmas season, the season of giving. Give Ange that job security, and then give us fans that Ange security. Ange security? I like that term. That's a good term. I'm going to jot that down. That's a mental note. And give the fans Ange security, because if the board can't say yet, we all clearly want him at Celtic past this year. What he's done to this team in such a short amount of time is absolutely mental. It's incredible. So if you give him another, if you give him another off-season to even further build this squad, and if we possibly have £40 million in the bank to use in that window, we could be looking at a very, very strong, one of the strongest Celtic teams of the past decade. And that's not an over-exaggeration. Honestly, if we get that £40 million, Ange stays, gets the right players in, just mull over it a bit. It's exciting, to say the least. It's a bit of a blessing. Now, the fourth thing and the final thing on my Celtic Christmas wish list. Yes, I know, 5 things. Bit greedy, bit spoiled, but, great football club, should deliver great things. And it's something I think all of we want to see, and I think it's something Celtic really desperately need, and that is a backup for Tom Rogic. Now, all this relays back to the squad depth issue. Celtic have literally no squad depth. Well, we have depth, but we have no quality depth. And the issue is, and I always go on about it, literally, if you watch the channel for the last month or so, since Tom Rogic got injured, I literally ramble on about it countlessly, and how I think David Turnbull's a great footballer, but at Cam, his qualities are very underutilized. He's much better as a box-to-box, and when he plays at Cam, Celtic will lose all that attacking flair and wizardry that Tom Rogic brings to the team. He seems flat in that Cam spot. David Turnbull does. So it leaves the question of, if Tom Rogic gets injured again, what on earth do we do? Because either, we have Owen Moffat being groomed for the role, or Celtic needs someone in instantly and quick smart to fill that void. And I would go with the latter. Not because I don't believe in Owen Moffat, but because I think without a designated replacement who has a lot of experience as a professional footballer, I can see Celtic clearly dropping points, especially in the fixture congested months where, where squad depth is key and where rotation is key. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, if Tom Rogic were to have gotten injured against Aberdeen and he was out for the whole of December, I would be very, very worried because of the fixture congestion. It's very lucky he got injured when we had an international break to minimize, to limitize the damage that his absence would cause on the team. But look, that's just my take on it. I'm sure everyone has a different take on this opinion, but I really think Celtic need to be getting themselves a backup for Tom Rogic. And who do I think Celtic could bring in to fill that void? Jamie McGrath one player that always springs straight to my mind. I think he could be a star for Celtic. So that's someone to mull over. I'm sure there's loads more talents out there that, you know, we could discuss over, but I think that's a video for another day. But that is all from me. So to sum up my Celtic Christmas wish list, Jota, permanent deal. Days and Maeda and Rio Hatate to Celtic from Japan. Ange Postecoglou, new contract. I forgot it. And Tommy Rogic back up. I don't know how I forgot that last one. So that's the 5 things I want to see on those are the 5 things on my Celtic FC Christmas wish list. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Celtic Santa hat. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, hail, hail.